This next segment is called Worst Take, where we play sound bites around the NBA media sphere related to the New York Knicks. I react to it, you react to it with your ratings. 1 being trash, all the way up to 5 being facts. Is it tomatoes? Is it fire? You guys be the judge. It's your show. So, coming up first, we have our guy, Screamin' A, a.k.a. Stephen A. Smith, who wants to chime in on the Knicks' pursuit or lack thereof in Kevin Durant. Right now, we have no idea where KD's going to go. It was reported here at KnicksFanTV that the Knicks have no interest in trading for Kevin Durant. Now, here's Stephen A. Smith on why. You guys let me know what you think here. Here we go.
You're right if that's all there was. But when you take into account the history that involves Kevin Durant, and how James Dolan was led to believe that KD and Kyrie were on their way to the Garden, and they elected to go to Brooklyn. And then KD piggybacks off of that when asked about it in the months to follow and calls the Knicks corny, and how they're not the happening place. This is during the days of Steve Mills and cats like that. The point is, what I'm saying is that residue is where you hear no interest, and you're saying, well, this can't be just about basketball. This has to be about you feeling a bit salty if you're James Dolan, and that's where that kind of statement emanates from. So if that never happens, and it's just some report that comes out there, I'm with you 1,000%, Jay. I look at it in a vacuum. I see it for what it is. I understand that those exact words may not have been what they articulated, et cetera, and I move forward. The problem is that this is James Dolan we're talking about, and we know how petty he can be, and we know what KD and Kyrie was supposed to do, or really KD was supposed to do, and what ended up not happening. And we know how salty the Knicks were about that even before Leon Rose arrived. And because of that residue, you're looking at the New York Knicks now and you're saying, are you really making the best business decisions, especially when they just fired Thibodeau, but you don't even have a coach in place? It's like a round robin. You asking the Atlanta Hawks for permission to talk to Quinn Snyder, for crying out loud. I mean, that's what the hell is going on with the New York Knicks right now. They've literally gone from being 2 games within the NBA Finals to returning to somewhat of a basketball purgatory from the standpoint of us looking at them and saying this type of nonsense is reminiscent of what used to happen before Leon Rose and Worldwide West arrived. That's what's alarming right now, and that's where this KD comment falls into play.
Okay. What do we think here? I'm making catch-up out of Stephen A. Smith. This is getting a 1. Is it a good business decision for the Knicks to pass on a trade for Kevin Durant? Absolutely. This is not about Kevin Durant that is a 25 points per game scorer, a clutch player, an NBA Hall of Famer, All-Star, All-NBA. You could run down a list of accomplishments, and maybe he can still even get that in another year. Maybe he's still got another year left at peak. Is it a good business decision? Absolutely. He's 37 years old, Stephen A. Smith. 37. He will be 37 by the time the new season starts. You then have to pay him at the end of the season, after the season. That would be same old Knicks to trade for an over-the-hill superstar who is getting injured, by the way. Played 62 games this past season with ton of mileage on him. And then you're going to invest more money in him? That would be same old Knicks. This has nothing to do with James Dolan being petty. See, what the media wants to do is every time the Knicks come into the news, they want to find a way to make James Dolan the piñata for why they think the Knicks are making mistakes here. But anybody with smarts knows that it's a good move to pass on a Kevin Durant trade, and that's what they did. And as I told you guys here on this show, the talk that they made an offer for him at the trade deadline, my sources tell me it's complete cap. And it made no sense to begin with. He made $47 million this past season. What do you think he's going to want on his next deal? So let's knock it off with the because, it's pettiness because of what they did with the Nets. No, what they did with the Nets was history. They made their decision. The whole thing exploded as we knew it would, and they deal with that. The ship has sailed on a Kevin Durant play. Trading Karl Anthony Towns for him, in the near term, would it work? Player-wise, it'd be interesting. But I could give you 100 reasons why it'd be a terrible move. You're losing rebounds. Towns much younger. Already on the contract. The whole KD thing is going to blow up on the Knicks. And if it's not Karl Anthony Towns, who reportedly the Suns wouldn't even want in a trade, then what are you really trading? It's a combination of Bridges and Hart and OG and Mitch. Now you're talking about depleting your depth for a 37-year-old Kevin Durant who's going to get injured and then want to get paid. Bad business all the way around. On top of the fact that if you look at what the rumored deals are for Kevin Durant right now, it is a combination of players and picks. Picks that the Knicks don't even have. Yeah, one report of a rumored deal by the Toronto Raptors that involved RJ Quickly, Jakob Poeltl, and the number 9 pick. Who knows how real it is, but if that's the case, you're not even coming anywhere near that. For Phoenix, they need that. They need the draft capital because they blew it all between going to get KD and Bradley. They blew it all. They need to recoup draft picks. Supposedly he doesn't want to go to Minnesota, but Minnesota's rumored deal involved Rudy Gobert, Rob Dillingham, young player pick, maybe even Ragu. So let's be smart, man. And this is the problem with Stephen A. and media in general nowadays. Because now, in this media climate that we're in, anybody could just fly off the rails. Anybody of influence can just fly off the rails without consideration of facts, nuance, logic. Just fly off the rails. So let's slow it down. It's a terrible take.